Okay.
This is a basic demo of the SuperImager Plus Complete Rugged Portable Forensic Lab on the go. The first video will review the unit's ports and the basic application booting to Ubuntu Open OS. The unit is built with extremely performing hardware, with i7 12th generation CPU and DDR5 memory. The LCD screen is 15 inches, and it is large enough to view a full investigation case. As you can see, the unit was built with 4 SAS SATA ports in sockets, cableless, where the user can drop 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch drives and SSD straight into the socket. For other sizes and shapes of drives, the unit is supplied with 4 extension cables to accommodate those. Also, one port is designated as a source port and the other 3 as target ports. The target port can be assigned as a source port with full rights protection to enable multiple simultaneous multi-imaging in multi-sessions. The same is for 4 U2 NVMe ports, 1 source and 3 target. For USB ports, there are many USB 3.2 ports. Some are USB 3.2 Gen 1 with 5 GB per second, USB 3.2 Gen 2 with 10 GB per second, and some are USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 with 20 GB per second ports. U2 NVMe ports are more generic than M2 NVMe, and the user can plug U2 NVMe SSD into the port. Mostly these have been seen in servers. They look like 2.5-inch SSD with 68 pins. You can plug it into the port by using the supplied U2 extension cables and secure brackets to secure the extension cables to the port. The unit is supplied with 4 M2 to U2 adapters that plug directly into the port. What is special about those adapters is that they support 110mm NVMe SSD and have an easy locking mechanism gadget that allows the user just to pop in and out the SSD without the need to screw it in. The white gadget. Also, the unit was built with 2 Thunderbolt 4 40GB per second, which are important for a few things. One is to connect an external HDMI monitor with the supplied adapter in case the display malfunctions. The second is to connect to a Thunderbolt expansion box to capture data from legacy drives like SCSI, Fiber Channel, and FireWire. Third is to use the supplied Mac kit to capture data from MacBook laptops and PC with 1394, Thunderbolt 2, Thunderbolt 3 ports, and set in target mode. Last, the unit has a built-in 10GB per second port that enables the user to save images directly to a network or capture them from a network or drive attached to the network. Now we will plug in and use a USB mouse and a USB keyboard. Also, plug in M2 NVMe in one of the U2 ports and press on the Start push button. At boot time, we'll press the down arrow of the keyboard to access the booting menu, and we will select the first entry to boot to Ubuntu OS. On the screen, we can see the SuperImager main application screen. Looking at the ports, we see that one U2 port power LED is on, where the BIOS is trying to detect drives at boot time. We can plug an NVMe SSD in one of the ports at boot time so the BIOS will recognize that port. A user should plug 4 U2 nvme SSD in the 4 U2 nvme ports to initialize them. After initialization, they become hot swappable. This process of connecting NVMe SSD drive at boot time is special for NVMe ports since they are pure PCIe storage. Let's see how fast we can read from this NVMe SSD. Tap on the Erase menu, Erase Mode, and select Verify Only. That runs on a drive and confirms that it is empty. But here we want to demonstrate how fast this unit can read from an NVMe SSD, as you can see the amazing speed of 200 GB per minute. Now let's abort this session and plug 2 SATA 256 GB SSD in the SAS SATA ports.
Okay.
Plug 1 SSD in the suspect 1 ports and the second SSD in the evidence 2 port, and tap on the capture icon. Select Mirror Copy. This is the fastest imaging process of imaging the drive bit by bit. Continue and tap on the hash tab and select, for example, SHA1. The user can select to use all the 4 hash engines, but the imaging speed might reduce a little bit. Select Hash Evidence and compare results. Very important for authentication of the image. Continue and tap on the Keyword Search tab. This keyword search runs while we run the imaging and its search on images and text files. Finally, go to the Type tab, which is selection of the file extension for the Keyword Search tab. In this demo, we will not use keyword search. Now we are ready to run a session. Please tap on the drive icon on the top right corner, which will bring us to the drive detection screen. Tap on the Scan Drive icon. We'll scan and detect all storage that is attached to the unit.
Okay.
What we can see is that it detected 3 drives: the suspect 1 SATA, the evidence 4 NVMe, and evidence 2 SATA. Tap on each of the drive models, open a screen with the drive info, and more actions that can be done to the drive. Go back and select the suspect 1 and evidence 2 to run in the imaging session. You can see a top speed of 32 GB per minute for imaging SATA SSD again. Continue tapping on the Session More column, and you can observe the progress and messages of that running session. Let's abort this session. Tap on the session history icon to see all the sessions. Tap back to the main menu. Tap again on the copy icon and see another imaging method. Tap on each of those copy icons: DD, EO1 with compression, mixed DD EO1, AFF4 capture, quick copy clone only partition IT function, selective capture of files and folders triage forensic, copy from VHD IT function, copy to image VHD creation IT function, keyword search standalone to run before the capture. Go to the advanced setting from the main menu. There are many settings that can be used, including accessing log files, updating software from a USB stick, the default setting, and setting up time and date. Go back to the main menu and tap on Case Management icon, allowing the user to input the case management info for each capture.